Hello again, my name's Gabe Zona. Well, here's a real scary article posted on Freedom Outpost. And it's a current document dated March the 6th, 2014. I'm going to provide you with the highlights of this document, and I think it's frightening. I think you'll feel much the same way at the end of this little video clip. Executive orders and internment camps. The groundwork has been laid for martial law in the event of a national emergency. That's the title. Problem is, who determines what a national emergency is? And what if it's created by the administration so they can go ahead and begin the martial law process? Here's what the article states. The groundwork has already been laid that in the event of a national emergency, with a mere stroke of Obama's pen, this is how martial law could be played out. This is, in part, what Justice Antonio Scalia referred to last month. Here are the executive orders already in place in the event of a national crisis. Executive Order 10990 allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control of highways and seaports. Executive Order 10995 allows the government to seize and control the communication media. Executive Order 10997 allows the government to take over all electrical, power, gas, petroleum, fuels, and minerals. Executive Order 10998 allows the government to seize all means of transportation, including personal cars, trucks, or vehicles of any kind, and total control over all highways, seaports, and waterways. They forgot airways. Executive Order 10999 allows the government to take over all food resources and farms. Executive Order 11000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under government supervision. Work brigades. Slave camps. Executive Order 11001 allows the government to take over all health, education, and welfare functions. Executive Order 11002 designates the Postmaster General to operate a national registration of all persons. Executive Order 11003 allows the government to take over all airports and aircraft, including commercial aircraft. Executive Order 11004 allows the Housing and Finance Authority to relocate communities, build new housing with public funds, designate areas to be abandoned, and establish new locations for populations. Executive Order 11005 allows the government to take over railroads, inland waterways, and public storage facilities. Executive Order 11051 specifies the responsibility of the Office of Emergency Planning and gives authorization to put all executive orders into effect in times of increased international tensions and economic or financial crisis. Executive Order 11310 grants authority to the Department of Justice to enforce the plan set out in Executive Order to institute industrial support, to establish judicial and legislative liaison, to control all aliens, to operate penal and correctional institutions, and to advise and assist the President. Executive Order 11049 assigns emergency preparedness functions to federal departments and agencies, consolidating 21 operative executive orders issued over a 15-year period. Executive Order 11921 allows the Federal Emergency Preparedness Agency to develop plans to establish control over the mechanism of production and distribution of energy sources, wages, salaries, credit, and flow of money in the United States financial institutions in any identified national emergency, It also provides that when a state of emergency is declared by the president, Congress cannot review the action for 6 months. Unreal. It also provides that when a state of emergency is declared by the president, the Federal Emergency Management Agency has broad powers in every aspect of the national. General Frank Saldito, chief of FEMA's Civil Security Division, stated in a 1983 conference that he saw FEMA's role as, quote, a new frontier in the protection of the individual and governmental leaders from assassination and of civil and military installations from sabotage and or attack, as well as prevention of dissident groups from gaining access to U.S. opinion or a global audience in times of crisis. FEMA's powers were consolidated by President Carter to incorporate the National Security Act of 1947. Allows for the strategic relocation of industries, services, government, and other essential economic activities, and to rationalize the requirements for manpower, resources, and production facilities. 1950 Defense Production Act gives the President sweeping powers over all aspects of the economy. Act of August 20th, 1916 authorized the Secretary of the Army in times of war to take possession of any transportation system for transporting troops, material, or any other purpose related to emergency. International Emergency Economic Power Act enables the President to seize the property of a foreign country or national. These powers were transferred to FEMA in a sweeping consolidation in 1979. Here's what's really interesting. There are over 800 prison camps in the United States, all fully operational and ready to receive prisoners. They are all staffed and even surrounded by full-time guards, but they're mostly empty. These camps are to be operated by FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, should martial law need to be implemented in the United States, and all it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Attorney General's signature on a warrant in which a list of names is attached. The Rex 84 program was established on the reasoning that, quote, if a mass exodus of illegal aliens cross the Mexican-U.S. border, they will be quickly rounded up and detained in detention camps by FEMA. Rex 84 allows military bases to be closed down and to be turned into prisons. Operating Cable Splicer, this is interesting, and Garden Plot are two sub-programs which will be implemented once the Rex 84 program is initiated for its proper purpose. Garden Plot is the program to control the population. What does that mean? To control the population. Cable Splicer is the program for an orderly takeover of the state and local government by federal governments. FEMA is the executive arm of the coming police state and thus will head up all operations. The presidential executive orders already listed on the Federal Register also are part of the legal framework for this operation. The camps will all have railroad facilities as well as roads leading to and from the detention facilities, no different than what Hitler had done. Many also have an airport nearby. The majority of these camps can house a population of 20,000 prisoners. Currently, the largest of these facilities is just outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. The Alaskan facility is a massive mental health facility and can build and hold approximately 2 million people. Then he goes on to say, one of his readers named John Patriot asked, where are the FEMA camps? You want to go see this. They're all over the United States. They're just virtually everywhere. And I'm not going to list them all because there's too many. You want to go look at that article, Google it. I read you pretty much whatever all those executive orders are all about. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, what's it going to take for him to have to initiate martial law? Well, he can do it whenever he wants. Do you think that Sandy Hook really happened? Do you think it really happened? There was never a body. We never saw helicopters airlifting the wounded. We never saw ambulances taking anyone away. That, my friends, could have been deemed a national disaster. He could have implemented martial law right then and there. I don't know what it's going to take for people to understand that this guy isn't going anywhere. All these rumors and all this discussion about Hillary running in 2016, it's a joke. Distract, divert, to deceive. You don't think these FEMA camps are going to get filled up? Why are they all staffed? Why are they all staffed? Scary, real scary. Executive orders. He needs to be proven to be what he is, which is totally ineligible, and everything, absolutely everything he signed into law needs to be trashed, including Obamacare. Scary, folks. I think we're all screwed. I don't think we can end this nightmare. Do you?